Hello, knitters. In this segment, I wanted to demonstrate how I knit. Some knitters have asked me how I hold my yarn and how I knit. So I just wanted to show you. There are very many ways of knitting, lots of variations. What I'm going to show you is a variation of doing a continental knitting. So I'm going to be holding my yarn in my left hand. And let me show you how I tension it, because this is a big part of having nice, neat knitting. So I am going to bring the yarn over my pinky like this. I'm just going to scoop it up over my pinky. And this is what's going to tension things, my movement of my pinky against my ring finger. I'm going to turn my hand around and take my pointer finger and put it under the yarn. So now I have the yarn around my pinky. That's really what I'm going to use to tension it. I can feel the yarn going through my finger between them, and I can tighten or loosen the gap between the two fingers to control the tension on the yarn. So let me do that again. I'm going to take my pinky and I'm going to put it under my yarn, turn my hand around, get my pointer finger under the yarn. Now you notice my finger is very close to my needle. So then I'm just going to go in and scoop up my yarn and knit. So I can feel the yarn passing through my fingers, so I can control the stitch that way. So I'm just doing picking or continental, and I'm controlling the tension between those fingers. So that's the way I knit. Let me show you purling. Now purling for continental knitters tends to be a little more sort of uncomfortable. For knitters, it takes a little time. I had to really practice this to get the tension right and the control correct. But let's show you. So I'm going to do the same thing to tension my yarn. The hold is going to be the same. So I'm going to purl the stitch, and I'm going to move my finger. And this finger, the way I'm moving it, wraps the yarn around the needle so that I can knit. So I'm keeping my pointer finger behind the needle to sort of guide it. So the pointer finger is behind the needle, and then I pull it up and around to guide the yarn. And this creates a movement that's pretty small, which is really what I'm trying to achieve. So again, I'm going to wrap that around. And then what this allows me to do when I hold the yarn this way is if I'm ribbing or if I need to change the position of the yarn, it's easy for me to put it in the back to knit and the front to purl. We move it to the back to knit, front to purl. So I hope that sort of shows you how I hold my yarn and how I hold my fingers. You might want to practice it a little bit. It's not for everybody. Not everybody's comfortable doing it this way, but I just wanted to let you see how I do it.